On December 12th, 2025, an article on PC Gamer came out that had mentioned that Arc Raider devs had some sort of aggression-based matchmaking. Basically, be a good boy, help others, and engage in less fights. You get into more lobbies with players like that. But, on the other hand, be aggressive and run towards gunshots as soon as you spawn, install a Mantis, and engage in a myriad of gunfights, and yeah, you're going to be put into lobbies with players like those. So I was curious, and I wanted to put this to the test, so I launched into Arc Raiders after hearing about this. But for some context, before I had heard about this, I had been engaging with a couple of friends on what can only be called as a cavalcade of Stella Mantis free loadout runs, where we basically did just run straight into gunshots as soon as we spawned. So yeah, basically my last 10 matches were like that. And so my experiment started. I basically started going into solos, and the mindset was, we're not going to run towards gunshots, we're going to be very sneaky, we're not going to engage anyone unless they engage upon us first, and we're going to try and spend the most time in raid without being aggressive, so we're just going to be very, very passive. And I wanted to see how long it would take for this aggression-based matchmaking to, kick in. And to my surprise, after about just 2 matches, it kicked in. And after spending the first 2 matches, I believe I died once by just being engaged immediately by another player on first sight. But then the other 2 matches, I was able to finish an entire raid without being aggressive towards anybody, shooting any shots. And it was after that second match like that, it all changed. Literally all changed. My third match trying this experiment, I basically, my dog just ran past me. I basically ended up with a full squad of 7 strangers as we took down the bastion in the loading dock of Stella Mantis. And yeah, after that match, every single one after that, I found people ready to engage in co-op, immediately emoting "do not shoot" and saying hello as soon as they spot. Like, I was getting spotted by players I couldn't even see. They were just popping around the corners, saying hi, in like the medical bay area, just saying hi in that echoey room. And I'm just like, where? And they popped out from under a box and just like, hi, don't shoot, want to team up? And I'll be like, yeah, sure, let's go. And just by engaging that behavior, I think I ran about 15 solo raids where the only action I saw was when, someone eventually let their intrusive tots win and turned on the group. And so it basically got shot down like a dog by 6 or 7 people. So that was mainly the only action. And of course, fighting Arc, definitely co-oping in this game with large groups of players really opens up for engaging big Arc. So that was fun. That's been a lot of fun. But this experiment was interesting. I wanted to see how long it would take to come back to, my aggressive status within the matchmaking. And I tested that too. That one took a little bit longer. I did run about 3 or 4 games where I went full steam ahead, just running at gunshots and involving myself in third party and sandwiches and just a whole heap of mess. And still I was finding a lot of co-op ready players and a lot of not engage in shoot on first sight kind of people still in my 5th on my 6th match like that. So maybe it takes a while to get around back to an aggressive status. I have no idea. I'm going to keep testing this, but on a final note, I just want to add that Arc Raiders continues to impress me. It is a really unexpected full package of a game where a lot of the, interconnected systems just really work well, I guess. But simple stuff as the audio design is superb and it really involves you into the world. The tech involved in how the robots animate and move, making them seem so realistic that it's kind of uncanny sometimes, the way they behave. And then a really good game loop that they've actually managed to develop from, the carcass of the game they wanted to make, that they decided to pivot to this sort of game. There's a whole lot of history there for sure. And then, the gunplay feels really good. Even the fact that, this world has made-up guns. Most distraction shooters right now tend to go for the realistic mil-sim kind of approach because that's what they think we want. And true, sometimes we do want some gun porn, but the reality of it is if you build a world as cohesive as this, players will immerse themselves in it and they won't give a fuck that the the gun you're shooting is called ferro, which means iron in Italian. You know, that's totally fine. It shoots good, feels good to shoot, and that's what you need, right? And so this whole game seems to be such a nice mix of all these elements coming together and forming a cohesive package that's fun to play, both alone and with friends, has an engaging game loop. It's kept me coming back for weeks and weeks and weeks since its release, because I really can't stop thinking about this game and kind of playing it. And again, it's not because I'm there for the same reason that I would be able to play Tarkov, where my focus was just on getting the best gear so I can survive the gunfights. Here, there's a lot of different things. Yes, I want to get good loot, but I also want to engage in some gunfights and fight some people, but also fight some Ark. And also at the same time, I want to explore these environments and search for loot and hidden things and puzzles. And just, it feels like a very, very cohesive package made with a lot of passion. And I guess that's what keeps bringing me back. So, yeah, I would say Arc Raider's got a hold on me right now. We'll see how long it lasts, but for right now, I'm having a lot of fun, and I definitely want to keep going back. But hey, if you listened to this far, I just want to say thank you for listening to me ramble. I hope you have a nice day, and that you do something that makes you happy today. As for me, I'll catch you on the next one, yeah?